Hi, this is ESPN's Dave Ryan with my first ever Inside Lacrosse from the Booth report. I'm coming here from the Citrus TV studios on the Syracuse University campus. Now, back in the day here in Watson Hall, this was called UUTV. It's where I did my first ever TV work. That was in 1986, if you're counting, which I know you're not. Anyway, we thank the students at Citrus TV for all their help. This weekend on ESPNU, Quint Kesnick and I will call the Duke-Johns Hopkins game in North Carolina. Looking at this game in the preseason, we were certainly intrigued. It's a rematch of the 05 and 07 national title games, both decided by one goal, both times crowning Hopkins as the national champ. I'm sure no one at Johns Hopkins is talking about national titles right now, only about how to start a winning streak again after losing 4 in a row. 3 losses have come in overtime. They've sent the Jays into a free fall. Remember, though, that Hopkins lost 3 straight last year to Virginia, North Carolina, and Duke before riding the ship against Maryland and winning 9 straight to take the gold. For Duke, a 10-1 record coming off a mashing of Dartmouth this past weekend, where Zach Greer scored a season-best 7 goals, and the incomparable Matt Danowski was 4-4 for 8 points. It's appropriate we talk about Duke-Dartmouth today. Last year, Dartmouth went to Durham for a February game that represented a rebirth of the sport, not just on the Duke campus, but nationally and internationally. It was the first Duke game after the program was suspended in 2006, then reinstated after all the allegations proved to be horribly false. I was there on that crisp, sunny February day calling the game for ESPNU. It was my first ever trip to call a game at Duke. I'll never forget how sunny it was, bright and clear. In my mind, that represented a cleansed sport, a cleansed team, a fresh start for the game, for a school which had absorbed enough bad publicity to last a lifetime. That day, the assignment from our ESPN producers was to tell the complete Duke story from start to finish. But being on the field that day before the game, watching the fans file into Koskinen Stadium, the smiles of relief, some tears even, the fans showed me it was clear the story was how happy everyone was to be cheering for and playing the sport they love again. Being on the field during warm-ups, the looks and shouts of encouragement from the Duke players left a permanent impression that they were back, both physically and mentally. The lacrosse spirit had returned. Now, we know Duke scored early and often in that game, starting a magical run as the top seed in the NCAA tournament to the finals before that heartbreaking loss to Johns Hopkins in the championship game. This Saturday, 6 o'clock Eastern on ESPNU, they continue the quest for the school's first ever national championship. I look forward to my second trip to Durham to speak with John and Matt Danowski, Zach Greer, Max Quinzani, other Blue Devils. What I expect to find are a great coach, great players, and unconditional support from loyal fans. Unlike my first visit to Duke, this game is all about the sport the way it should be. I can't wait. This is Dave Ryan from the booth for Inside Lacrosse, and we'll see you on TV.